Hey everyone, how are we today? Just doing a quick check-in kind of reading. We are going to be looking at what you are manifesting so that you can kind of know whether you are manifesting the things that you want or if you are needing to adjust those manifestations. Tomorrow is the solar eclipse, the new moon energy, so it is going to be a really fantastic time for setting those intentions so that we can start manifesting. All right, as we all know, the new moons are for, setting the intentions and manifesting new things. The full moons are for, looking at the shadow work so that we can get that, move ourselves a little bit forward through the deeper side of things so that we are ready for those new moons so that we can manifest. Okay, so just a really quick reading today. I am very, very time limited at the moment, so I am just trying to do a super quick sort of check-in kind of reading. Make sure you do comment on the video. You will receive an entry into the competition to win a free personal reading with myself. I'll be drawing that at Easter, so make sure you comment to go in the draw. Make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with all of that sort of stuff. Today I am using, just like I said, quick check-in. We're using just the fairy tale lenormand today, so no added oracles. We're just getting back to basics today. Timestamps will be in the description box as always. And starting us off today with Aries. Okay. Aries, what are Aries manifesting for the new moon? What is Aries currently manifesting? What is Aries currently manifesting? Oh, with that central card, I do feel like this may be a person for some of you. We do have the Capricorn card starting us off there. So the mountain, and then we have the fox, followed by the tree, which is the Virgo card. So some of you may be definitely manifesting somebody with a strong Capricorn or Virgo earth energy. All right, so we do see there with the mountain that it's kind of like you're manifesting climbing the blockages that you're facing in your world right now. I do feel as though this is you kind of overcoming things. You're especially with all the retrograde and eclipse energy around at the moment, you are kind of, I feel like, manifesting the motivation to keep climbing, to keep putting in the work, to stay determined to overcome any delays or blockages that you are experiencing in your life. We do have the fox in the middle there, Aries. So we are manifesting looking after ourselves in new, like, I do feel that because of the tree, okay, the tree is about growth and healing. And then we see the fox is very focused on survival and, independence and what we need to do to stand on our own 2 feet, sort of knuckling down and putting in the work. So I do feel for a lot of you, you really are manifesting at the moment. I do kind of feel that this is a new way of taking care of yourself for a lot of you here, that, things in the past maybe haven't worked for you. And that's why you are putting in the work to, work out how it is to be independent, what it means to you to be self-sufficient and independent and really focused on your own survival, what you need to do and then doing it to really overcome any obstacles or delays. So this is a big step in your health, your vitality, the healing and growth of you yourself here, Aries. It's a way of taking care of yourself in a new kind of way for a lot of you. So for those of you where you have been having some issues, try to shift the perspective on your independence and how to find your independence and those sorts of things, making sure that we're, really covering all our bases. And if something's not working, trying a different way, but really taking care of ourselves first and foremost. Okay, Aries. So that's what we seem to be manifesting. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, cross-watch other people's placements, see what's going on in their world. But make sure you leave that comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Taurus. Okay, Taurus, what are you currently manifesting? Taurus, what is Taurus manifesting, please? Communication. We do have the letter coming through first, so we definitely do see communication being manifested in some kind of way. It definitely could be paperwork, communication in the form of paperwork. We do have the child coming out. So for some of you, this is going to be things like child custody agreements and, parenting plans and all those sorts of child-related paperwork, conversations, communications. You may be sort of it could be as simple as you're, manifesting a good report for your child at school, those sorts of things. But for others of you, if you don't have an actual child in your life, this could actually just be, communication about a new beginning, a chance to sort of start a brand new adventure. A lot of different things can come through here. It's the child really does look at things in a very playful kind of a way. So I would expect the communication to be sort of very innocent, playful, non-mature. So it's something that is still in the child stage, that beginning sort of stage where it hasn't, grown and matured as of yet. But we do sort of see the crossroads following that through as well. So it's kind of this new beginning that's leading you to, so you know which path to take here, Taurus, so you know which direction you want to go, what choices you need to make. So it does just feel as though you are waiting on a specific communication or paperwork to come through that is actually enabling you to sort of know where we go next. It just feels as though this is something that you're just waiting for that to sort of, like, so for some of you, it could be things like a new business contract, a new job offer, all those sorts of things as well. It's kind of something a little bit more aligned with, this freedom, this adventurous spirit, this, childlike sense of wonder about the world that, anything is possible from here. So you kind of are waiting just for, I kind of feel like for a lot of you, it's just that documentation. So you have it sort of set in stone that, yes, this is the path I'm going to walk here. I almost said we're going to walk here. So for a lot of you, this is taking more than just yourself into account. So there definitely could be, okay, I need that child's report. So I know, are we going to, pursue this schooling, or are we going to change schools, or are we going to, it's kind of like there's some decisions that are up in the air awaiting some sort of communication. And so you are currently manifesting that communication. Okay, so if you don't feel as though that aligns with you, that's your opportunity to really focus on what you do want to manifest for this new moon, because that's what's coming through currently. All right, so that's what I have for you today, Taurus. Check out your other placements. Make sure you do leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Geminis. Okay, Gemini, what are you manifesting? Gemini, what is Gemini currently manifesting? Gemini energy, what are you manifesting? Just want to clarify, that first card, is that Gemini within themselves, or is that someone else around them? Okay, so it may be different for different people within the collective. Okay, so we do have the tree coming through firstly. This usually would refer to yourself, but I am just picking up that for some of you, this is actually your kind of wanting to see this in somebody else. All right, so the person that this is clarified by is the woman, so the lady there. So if you identify as the feminine energy, then this is definitely you. If you are, if there is a specific person that would be a very strong feminine energy in your life, it could also refer to them, especially if that is your mother. I am getting that for some of you, it may be your mother, because we do see the rider coming through next. So we are sort of waiting for news. We're manifesting news of this personal growth, this healing. So it's kind of like you are waiting for some sort of news that yes, you are healed, or yes, you have grown and you've sort of developed yourself. Yes, you have been taking care of yourself, or you're waiting to hear that from somebody else, that yes, they have, invested time and effort into, healing themselves, healing the situation between the two of you, growth within, personal growth. Okay, so I do feel as though personal growth seems to be the highlight there. For some of you, it is physical health as well. All right, so you're kind of waiting for news on the way that, my health has been improved. So for some of you, it is outright health related. You're just waiting for the self-improvement news, basically. So that rider does sort of let us know that, yes, you're kind of waiting just for that intuitive notice that, it's time to get back up on that horse and keep on going. Yes, you have done the work you need to heal and grow. You are just sort of waiting for some sort of confirmation. That is, the writer is just sort of wanting to show us confirmation that the news, or communication, or someone, recognizing that yes, you have grown, you have healed, that kind of thing. Because we do just see the anchor rounding that out for you there, Gemini. So it's kind of so that you know that you are, you can rely on that fact. It's kind of just, like I said, you're wanting that confirmation, that reassurance that, yes, you have healed. Yes, you have, put enough time into your personal growth, and you're kind of just wanting that recognition of someone to say to you, yes, you have, you have grown, you've changed so much, Gemini. I can't believe how, more mature and wise you are, Gemini. So it's just kind of needing that extra little bit of security, so that you can rely on the fact that I feel like I've grown, I feel like I've changed, I feel like I've healed a lot, but I just need that reassurance, that confirmation that is, I can rely on that information. I can rely on my intuition on that. So that's what you are currently manifesting, Gemini. You are more than welcome to check out other placements, of course. Make sure you leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Cancers. Cancer, what are you currently manifesting? Okay, that one wanted to throw itself out. Cancer, what are you currently manifesting? Just can I just get one more card for why? What is the why attached to Cancer manifesting this, please? Okay, so we are sort of waiting for somebody, okay? We are trying to manifest somebody. We have the masculine followed by the rider. So we are kind of getting this masculine energy. For some of you, it doesn't necessarily have to be an actual male. It's just somebody very masculine energy, very strong, very powerful, maybe very business-minded for some of you. Somebody very sort of logical, wise in an intelligent kind of a way, very rational and logical. They they try to remove emotions from things and just come forward in a very rational kind of a way. So you are kind of trying to manifest this person coming forward in some kind of a way. You're kind of waiting for news from them. Sorry about the loud motorbike in the background there, guys. My neighbor does have such loud vehicles. It's kind of crazy. Such a small person with these gigantic, loud vehicles. But sorry for that. But so that might be for some of you. It's kind of you may be waiting specifically on a motorbike, because the rider can actually talk. It is pictured generally as a horse, but that is the traditional picture of the rider. These days, that is any type of kind of transport, and a motorbike is definitely one of the big modes of transport we do see the rider coming in on. So some of you quite literally may be waiting for this masculine to show up on their motorbike, that kind of thing. So it's kind of good news on the way from this person. It's clarifying here that this is a friend of yours. We have the the dog energy there, usually friendship. So we do see a lot of loyalty, a lot of understanding, a lot of companionship type energy there. It doesn't necessarily strictly have to be a platonic friendship. It could be family, it could be, a lover, that kind of thing as well. But emphasis on the friendship, emphasis on the loyalty. So maybe that's what you're wanting them to show up for as well, to let you know that they are still loyal to you, because we do see, when I've asked the why, we have the child coming through. So for some of you, it may have to do with you're waiting for news from this person, specifically related to an actual child. But for others of you, it's a new beginning. It's a chance to, start a new adventure. To have a bit of playful, fun kind of energy. You can imagine with those cards there, the child and the dog, they're going to be playing with each other, running around the backyard. So you can kind of see that you are waiting for some sort of new energy here from this person. Highly likely a new the start of a new adventure, the start of things where things could actually grow and mature from here. It's just that it's in a very playful, fun, adventurous kind of a way. So you're wanting the playful, fun kind of friendship energy to come through from this person. So you are kind of waiting and manifesting a specific person coming through there. Okay, Cancer. So that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Leos. Okay. Leo, what are you manifesting? What is Leo manifesting? What is Leo currently manifesting? Conversation, most likely a conversation here with the birds coming through first. It does feel with the birds there, it does feel as though it's kind of to remove doubt a little bit here. And because I am picking up a strong kind of, it doesn't feel like it doesn't necessarily feel like there has been gossip or rumors. The birds can be very gossipy, chitter chatter type energy. But it feels as though it's more your concerns about gossip. You're worried. You've had this background niggling worry that somebody's gossiping about you or something like that. So you are kind of just waiting for. It kind of feels like an outright conversation that either lets you know that gossiping definitely has been happening or has not been happening. I don't feel as though there's any actual evidence of gossiping, but it is sitting there in the energy some way connected. The next card we have is the bouquet, the flowers, which is giving and receiving, reciprocal energy. So I do feel for some of you, because we do see very, very heavy in the clouds energy here as well, which is all about the way that you're thinking about things, overthinking about things, maybe a need to change your perception on things. I feel like for some of you, I hate to be confronting here, Leo, but for some of you, it's because the giving and receiving energy is there, that it's kind of like this giving what you get kind of energy. And you are worried that somebody has been gossiping about you because you've been gossiping about them. Giving what you get, getting what you give, that kind of energy. So that may be why you have a bit of a fear about this gossip or drama in the background. Someone might be talking behind your back kind of energy, because maybe you have been doing that. So maybe needing to be a little bit more honest with yourself here and just check your energy and make sure that that's not the case. Because a lot of time gossip, yeah. A lot of the time we might just feel as though we're venting or, talking about a situation. We may not strictly realize that we are actually engaging in gossip. It may not be your place to talk about that person to somebody else. It's kind of that energy of, if you've got an issue with somebody, take it up with them rather than, talking about it in the background to somebody who's not connected to the situation directly. So it kind of does feel as though for a lot of you, it's kind of plaguing your thoughts a little bit that this person is gossiping about me. This person is gossiping about me, but it may actually be because that's what you're doing. So just be very careful about, that energy there, Leo, because you are maybe, the more that it does feel as though you're kind of manifesting a little bit of gossip around yourself because that's what you're doing. And I'm not saying you're actually doing it. You may just have this urge to gossip or talk about situations that you kind of know it's not really your place to tell that person about certain things. So it's showing you that whatever's going on here that you're wanting to talk about, that it is heavy on your mind, and it is kind of causing you a little bit of anxiety because it is heavy on your mind, and you maybe are overthinking things. And so the way that you are thinking about this, there may be a perspective shift needing to happen, but you do seem to be manifesting. You get what you give energy here, Leo. So be very, very careful about what you're putting out at the moment, because you're going to receive that back. It is a little bit of that. I am getting that little bit of karma that, be careful what you put out, because, you're going to get it back tenfold kind of energy. So just be very, very careful about the conversations that you're having, and that they cannot be misconstrued as gossip. All right. So we do mean, if we want to have a conversation with somebody, give them the respect to have that to their face, and then you will receive that same energy in return. That if you're, going to people and having those conversations directly, that you're receiving the people coming to you directly rather than gossiping behind your back as well. So just a bit careful there, Leo. Just a bit of your opportunity to really, really focus on what you actually are wanting to manifest with this situation. So getting what you give here and being very careful what we're manifesting at the moment. But you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to Virgo. Okay, what are you manifesting, Virgo? Virgo, what are Virgo currently manifesting? Virgo, what are the Virgos currently manifesting? Virgo, there is a couple of you in the collective. I'm already picking up on, there is a little bit of, like my eyes just started flicking. Virgo, you do need to be very, very careful with your manifestations at the moment. Make sure your manifestations are for positive, not negative at the moment, because I'm getting, same as I just sort of said for Leo, you get what you give. This time of moon cycle, you really do get what you give, and I am just picking up intuitively here, Virgo, that like even if you're unintentional, like I'm picking up more so the unintentional manifestation stuff. So if you're trying to manifest something negative for somebody unintentionally, you're thinking negative things, I hope that person has falls and breaks their leg, you may be the one that hurts yourself. That kind of energy. Karma does have a lot to come in here, and it's quite strong here. All right, so it is just making me feel a bit nervous. I'm not going to lie, Virgo. We have the feminine coming through first. Normally, I would say that the feminine is you yourself, and I do feel that for maybe a couple of you, you are trying to manifest for yourself here, but for others of you, you are, I'm getting a dual, like I am getting two separate things coming through. Okay, so I'll go through both of them. All right. So, for some of you, this is you manifesting for yourself. You're manifesting something to do with your house. Okay, maybe a relocation, moving houses, wanting something specifically done here. You're trying to nurture some extra stability and security to do with, it does feel like a physical house for those of you where you are manifesting for yourself, because we do sort of see trading going on here as well. We have the fox energy. So it's kind of of like you're manifesting good business trading, good, I'm trying to sell my house, so I'm manifesting a good sale, a good trade here. I am picking up just pretty much the trade for you on that fox energy. It's kind of like it can be a little bit car salesman energy there. So you're trying to just get the best out of the situation for what you need for yourself. You're worrying about yourself first, putting yourself first, obviously, in the situation. It can be a little bit of like that car salesman energy where they'll really sell you the car, but they won't tell you about that little clunking noise in the boot. So, you may be doing that with certain things. Like, I'm not going to tell them that, you may be aware of a few things around the house that will probably need replacing and things like that, but it's not stuff that, is, legally you have to tell them, and it's not stuff that you, is going to negatively impact really the sale and things like that. So you're just not mentioning it. You're like, oh, well, that'll come up on their house report. So when they do the house report, that'll come up. So I'll leave that up to them to worry about. I'm not going to go through everything with a little fine tooth comb and scare them off about this and this and this and this and this all have little issues. So you're selling it up. Making sure you're not getting shortchanged. So for a few of you that, it may not be selling a house or something like that. It may be like getting the most out of a trade, sort of that you're getting done to the home and things like that. Making sure you're getting the best for yourself out of the situation one way or another. Making sure you're getting the best property that you're applying for, or those sorts of things. You're getting the best deal possible. Kind of energy. For others of you, you are manifesting an actual person. Okay, we are manifesting, and this is where I sort of had the concern coming through here, because you may be doing this unintentionally, Virgo. You are manifesting something around a female. Okay, so it does feel like a female. It may be a mother figure. It doesn't. I don't think this is you. I feel like this is somebody outside of yourself for this portion of the Virgo collective here. It's kind of like because this fox energy is still yours, Virgo, whereas this feminine energy is somebody else completely. But you're trying to play games a little bit, not going to lie. Be a little bit selfish. You're trying to get what you want out of the situation, and it is in a little bit of a kind of selfish kind of a way, because you don't really like. It's kind of like you're unintentionally manifesting something for this woman because you care more about yourself in the situation than the woman. So I don't know how this really makes sense to a lot of you. It's one of them ones where I'll just let you know the message I'm getting, but I don't actually understand how this works in reality. Like, it doesn't really actually make sense to me. But if it's for you, you will probably know exactly what it's talking about. We do see the house there as well. So it's kind of like, even though the house does talk about stability and security, it's kind of like you're putting your own security and stability ahead of the woman's. And this is how we're unintentionally manifesting negative security up here, like kind of, because the opposite of the house would be, insecurity and, unstable housing, unstable sense of home, because you're so focused on your own stability and your own security and sense of home. It's kind of like this fox it's kind of like a bad trade here, that you're taking all that for yourself. You're taking all the security aspects for yourself, and you are putting yourself and your needs above this woman's. It's kind of like, I'm picking up that for maybe one of you, it's like, who gets the house? And you're so focused on, I have to get the house, that what about the woman? What does she get out of the situation? You're trying to, you're actually, it's just letting me know, because you are unintentionally, it may be very unintentional for a lot of you, but because you're being a little bit selfish. I'm not going to lie, Virgo. You are being a little bit selfish, and you are manifesting from a selfish point of view, that only you matter, that only your needs matter, that only your housing matters. You may be unintentionally creating problems for a woman. You may be unintentionally manifesting that her house floats away in a flood. That the woman's becomes homeless. You may be manifesting issues around her house, especially with security, those sorts of things. That it's kind of like I'm kind of just getting this fox going, okay, well, I want the security camera, so I'm taking the security camera. I get the security camera, and then the woman is left with nothing. And then, so by you taking that security camera, you are actually manifesting a need for that security camera for the woman, if that makes sense. Like, that's kind of the only example that's coming to light here. So it's kind of like you're just putting your own needs ahead of somebody else here. And I do feel as though this woman is important somehow. With the house there, it's probably someone connected through, family in some kind of way, whether it's blood family or otherwise. So for some of you, and I am getting for some of you, it may be like that situation where, we're going through a divorce and it's who gets the house. And you're so concerned with you getting what you want that you completely forget to stop and think about the fact that, well, if you get what you want, what does that leave the woman with? Nothing is kind of what's coming through there, which, like, morally, you need to think about, morally, is that acceptable for yourself? Because I am just picking up that secondary message there is it's a lot of selfishness, a bit of immaturity coming through there with that fox. I'm very sorry to be confronting Virgo, but those of you where that is the case, you do need to be careful about what you're manifesting and how we're manifesting things, and that we're doing things from pure intention rather than unintentionally creating negative manifestations. All right, so something to think about anyway. But that's what we have for you. More than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Libras. Okay, Libra, what are you currently manifesting? Libra, what is Libra manifesting? I do feel as though this is the central card I'm seeing here is the Child. So the Child does talk about, starting a new adventure. Choose your own adventure, Libra. So you are kind of manifesting the start of something new, I feel, for a lot of you, a new beginning. Because you can imagine a child is only small and they've still got a lot of growing to do. So you're kind of, getting tongue-tied a little bit for you, Libra. We start off with the lilies, okay, which is something very close to our hearts, emotionally sensitive. It does, especially with the Child, it really does embrace a sense of kindness and morality as well. So your morals are very important to this new beginning as well, that you're following your morals and your sense of kindness out towards the world. It does talk about longevity as well, like long term, like the end of life. So it's kind of like, this can talk about old age, but then followed by the Child. So we're seeing that kind of backwards energy, working backwards. Like, where do I want to be at the end of my life? How do I, what do I start? How do I start that journey to get to the end, kind of thing? So, what's the best way I can start and, have a new beginning that's going to lead me where I want to be, at the end of my life. So it is part of this, the journey from here kind of thing. And you are really trying to embrace a brand new start, a brand new beginning, a brand new adventure. The adventure, playful energy is coming through strong here as well. But then, with that brand new adventure, we do see the crossroads. So you're right here at the start of the path. So you're kind of really, it's because it's kind of like you're manifesting the path, the path that's opening up to you. So you're kind of manifesting, look, I've got to find the entrance to this pathway. So, and then come to this crossroads. So it's right. The first step, you're kind of manifesting the first step to find the pathway to get on, that is going to, lead you to where you want to be, at the end of your life, in the future, a long way, 10, 20 years from now. Where do you want to be in your life? You're kind of trying to manifest that first little step, onto the path, and find the path, so that then I can, have that new beginning, and then I can make decisions, that are going to lead me in the right direction. So once I actually find the path and start walking that path, then I'll be able to work out, what choices I need to make, to continue down that path. I do feel a strong energy here of a brand new direction, a brand new path opening up to you. You kind of feel as though this is where you want to go in the long term. It's very connected to, 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now, where I want to be. And so we're just starting that journey. And, so that we know that there's going to be, a branch of decisions that are going to need to be made. But you're just like, let's just get started, and we'll make the decisions. We'll choose that, choose which path we're going when we get to it. It's just important for me to right now get on the path, find the path, and get onto it. All right. So that's kind of what you're manifesting for yourself right now, Libra, is, to find the start of that path for yourself. All right. So very interesting energy. I really like that. It's a new journey. I have seen a lot of messages lately for you, Libra, about, big changes upcoming this year for you. So, it feels like you're ready to jump into it and get going. I love it. Okay. So that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to Scorpio. Okay, moving on to our Scorpio. Scorpio, what are you manifesting? Scorpio, what are you manifesting? Okay. Very interesting one here, Scorpio. Just clarify that third card. Just clarify how that third card relates for what Scorpio is manifesting, please. Firstly, we have the Tower. Okay, so the Tower can talk about very strong foundations, because the next card is the House. Okay, so we definitely do see a reference here to, strong foundations. But the Tower can talk about quite a few different things here. So the Tower, I will just mention here, Scorpio, that the Tower does also talk about isolation, isolating yourself up in this tower. It can also talk about, it can be referring to things from the past, defensiveness. So that kind of security, a very defensive, security within your own self, the way that you isolate yourself, the way that you, because even this house image, you can kind of see it's like a house. It does seem like it's a house all by itself off in the woods. I'm definitely getting a picture of, of an isolated sense of security, sense of, a foundation that has been set within you of, your security and your stability in life is through this foundation of isolation, and separating yourself, being very muchly in control of yourself, being the authority of, your own security and stability and sense of home. But it feels like you're manifesting that coming to an end, in some kind of a way. So I'm not actually getting a physical property coming through here at all, even though those two cards sometimes can talk about physical properties. I am getting more along the lines of this isolation. It's been kind of feels like it's been your security blanket to, defend against you know, defend against pillagers, kind of thing, defend against people coming into your little safe bubble, your little security bubble. So it's kind of like a security blanket, by isolating yourself, by putting yourself apart from others, and being the only authority on your own self here. It's kind of like you are manifesting this ending, manifesting some sort of transformation in that way, you know, in that what how you have been, you know, living your life, because it does feel as though this is a foundational thing, like something that this has just been, you know, how you've, you know, been raised, or how you've been for a very, very long time. And it's kind of like you're wanting to close the lid on that, and have a new beginning. The coffin talks about death and then rebirth, endings that lead to new beginnings. So it's kind of like you're kind of realizing, look, I need to put an end to that defensiveness, to that isolation, to using that as my security blanket, and I need to transform that into a new way of doing things. I do have that coffin clarified by the rider, so it's kind of like getting back up on the horse and trying again. You know, good news is on the way, that I don't need to be so defensive, so isolated. Good news, I am able to turn this ending into a new beginning, because I am definitely feeling the coffin, especially with all the energy going on right now. The coffin is really paramountly transformational energy. It's not just an ending, but so it's kind of like using what you know needs to come to an end within your own self, to transform yourself in some kind of a way, to you know, good news here, I'm going to make some quick movements to you know, ride off into the sunset, into a direction that feels more right for me, and create new foundations within myself that are more in line with what I actually want. It does feel as though there's just something about the way that you have maybe felt secure in life, is no longer working for you, I feel, for a lot of you here. And it's kind of like you feel as though, you know, it has come from defensiveness, like feeling as though you have to defend your security. And I just feel as though there's just something changing about that. I just want to double check here for you, Scorpio, because it is just feeling like a little bit elusive. Can we just get two cards to clarify or reword that message for Scorpio and what Scorpio is manifesting, please? Yeah, definitely what I've just sort of said. We have the book and then the tree. So, you know, we're trying to find the knowledge to grow and learn and heal and change, you know, be more wise, start a new chapter, you know, enter into the future in an unknown capacity, where, you know, we're not having, like, we don't have to feel secure and safe. We are willing to take on a bit more of the mystery of the unknown, as part of our healing journey, as part of our growth. All right, so I do feel there may be a strong connection to this with family as well. Two of those are family related cards. So for some of you, it may have to do with, you know, the way that you've been raised within your family unit, you know, that has sort of, you're realizing that you're needing to kind of experience some growth and transform that defensive security, kind of safe and secure energy within your own self, and move forward in a less secure, more embracing the mystery of life kind of a way. Yeah. All right. But you're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what are you manifesting? Sagittarius, what are you manifesting? Sagittarius. Had some super interesting reading for you during the weeklies. I feel like, firstly, we've got the anchor, followed by the masculine energy here, as well as the clouds. So this clouds does feel very important with the way that you're manifesting at the moment. It's kind of like you're uh, it's not necessarily that you're manifesting something specifically physical. It's more along the lines of manifesting a thought process, a way of thinking, a perspective on things that you're really trying to focus on manifesting here, Sagittarius, because this is your thoughts and the way that your overthinking leads you down these rabbit holes that then lead to anxiety and nervousness and clouding your judgment, making you even more confused, because you're sort of have up until now maybe been very focused on, how can this go wrong? You're kind of overthinking all the ways things can go wrong. You've kind of been just feeling a little bit stuck, I feel, for a lot of you, in the way that you have been thinking about things, your perspective on things. For a lot of you, it may do specifically with a male in your life. I don't normally genderize, but this does feel like for a lot of you, it's the way that you're thinking about a male. A specific male. It could be a father figure for some of you. Could just be a significant male in your life. Could be referring back to yourself if you yourself are a male, or a very, very heavy masculine energy. It could be referring to you yourself. Just feeling as though you're a little bit stuck and you're wanting to turn that stuck energy into, rather than feeling stuck, I want to feel like I can depend, I can rely on this masculine. So it's just the way that you're kind of looking at this person, because I feel like something important that is feeling prevalent with this situation is the fact that the masculine energy is a very non-emotional energy. It's a very logical, rational way of thinking. So it's kind of like you are feeling a bit stuck in thinking things through too logically, too rational, and you're trying to think through every possible scenario, but you're actually forgetting that the emotional component of the things that you're thinking through here, once emotions are involved, things don't necessarily stick to a logical plan. All right, things you may think through 10 different scenarios that could come from a situation, but if you're thinking through things very rationally, logically, without taking into consideration the emotional component, you may not even think of the one thing that ends up happening, because somebody's emotions might blare up, and then that's what happens, is the emotional thing. The emotional outcome is the one that happens. So you're kind of forgetting about the emotional component there as well. So it's very muchly about, it feels like transitioning the way you're thinking about things from feeling stuck, and feeling very like, I have to be very logical and rational, to transitioning into a, that there's something that I need to rely on and depend on here, rather than allow it to hold me back, hold me down. I need to allow it to just hold me steady and secure and safe, and know that, that's the, to pick me up when I fall, kind of thing. And remember, the emotional component needs to be balanced there as well. All right, so I do feel for a lot of you that is not what you're trying to manifest. So you may need to just spend some time, setting your intentions just a little bit more clearly, because your overthinking is seemingly, and the rational thinking, the very stuck in the material world way of thinking is over, like, it's overwhelming your emotional, what you truly want to manifest energy. So maybe really to spend a bit of time focusing on what you truly wish to manifest for yourself at the moment, to sort of just flip that around a little bit for yourself there, Sag. All right, but you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to leave a comment so you go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Capricorns. Okay, Capricorn, what are you trying to manifest? Capricorn, what are Capricorn manifesting? What are the Capricorns manifesting? Ooh, Capricorn. so interesting. We have the cross coming through. Kind of, it's a very interesting energy here, Capricorn, because I am getting kind of dual messages here. The cross, some of you're kind of trying to manifest destiny taking its path. It's kind of like you're trusting the universe. You're manifesting trust in the universe to just follow destiny, to allow things to happen, and manifesting yourself feeling more stable and secure in knowing that destiny, that there's a reason, your spirituality is keeping you steady, and you can rely on spirit, looking after you, and a destiny following its path here. We have the anchor there as well, and then that leading you to happiness, and leading, that you can rely on. It's kind of like you're kind of manifesting destiny being something that you can rely on, but also that it's going to be revealed to you. So it's kind of like you're kind of wanting a little bit of proof here, Capricorn. Not going to lie, it does feel like you are wanting a little bit of proof that the universe does have your back, that the universe is something you can rely on, that things are going the right direction, that you are on the right path, that destiny is taking action here, and you kind of do want some proof of that revealed. I feel for some of you with that sun energy, but overall, you wanting it to lead you to happiness. You have faith. You're manifesting even more faith within your own self, that you can rely on happiness coming for you, kind of thing. The secondary message I'm getting here, Capricorn, does actually have more to do with responsibilities and burdens. Sometimes we do feel, a lot of burden with the cross energy there. You can kind of imagine Jesus carrying the cross on his shoulders. That's a very common cross imagery. So there is a lot of burden, you carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, and feeling as though that's holding you back, keeping you stuck a little bit here, with that anchor's alternate meaning as well. So it's kind of like, I do feel for a lot of you, it's got to do with, it's kind of both messages at once, for majority of you here, rather than one or the other. So it's kind of like you're wanting those burdens, and those responsibilities that you feel are holding you back. You're wanting those to be what destiny has in plan, that there's a reason that you're carrying so many responsibilities on your shoulders, and there's a reason that they're holding you back a little bit here, and making you feel very stuck. It's because it's destiny. You have faith that there's a method to the madness somewhere along the line here, and that it's all going to be revealed of why I had to go through this trial and tribulation, why I had to have so much responsibility, so many burdens on my shoulders. That's kind of what you're wanting to be revealed, to lead you to happiness, and that you kind of have faith that there's a reason you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders here, Capricorn, which, general Capricorn energy, all right? That Capricorn, that's part of the Capricorn life story, basically, anyway, right? Is that, that the Capricorn has a lot of responsibilities in this life. Some might say more so than others, especially, when it comes to spiritual weight on your shoulders a lot of the time too, Capricorn. And it does at times make you feel very stuck, very dragged down, and it's kind of what, using that, and using your faith in the universe, in God, in whatever it is you believe in, to know that, there is a reason, it will all come to light. You will be happy. You will be happy that you did all this. You will be, that there is a reason, having faith in yourself, having faith in the weight that you carry on your shoulders, being there for a reason, that, if you weren't carrying this, that no one else probably could to start with. Capricorn, those Capricorn shoulders, Daddy Saturn is a hard taskmaster, and knows that, you're not born a Capricorn if you can't shoulder the weight. Let's put it that way. There's a lot of Capricorns go through a lot in life, carry a lot on their shoulders, but it is part of the Capricorn destiny. And we just have to keep having faith that that happiness is there is a light at the end of the tunnel, Capricorn. All right. So I feel you guys. I myself am a Capricorn, so I am along for the ride with that one. I myself have had some ish going on, some extra responsibilities and burdens throughout this retrograde energy. So I am 100% with you, Capricorn. I get it. I get it. It's a hard job sometimes, but someone's got to do it, right? And someone up there knows that Capricorn is the best person for the job. You know. Hi, the more work you put in, the better the pay, right, Capricorn? We got to keep on hoping, keep that faith alive, guys. But that's what we've got for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And we will move on over to Aquarius. Aquarius, what is Aquarius manifesting? Aquarius, what are you manifesting? Pretty straightforward for you, Aquarius. We have the clouds coming through first, which is the way that you're thinking about things, the way that you're allowing anxiety to overwhelm you, the way that you are, I feel like for a lot of you, there has been some depression in the background for a while as well. A bit of confusion and clouded judgment may be connected to some of those things, but anxiety and depression are coming through there as well with the way that you've been thinking about things, especially we have the fox here as well. That's a little sales guy, not selling yourself short. Because this is what you're manifesting, Aquarius. You're manifesting the way that you're thinking about yourself. All right. We have the fox there. So the fox can actually be very selfish, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because selfishness is, something that we need to do sometimes for our own survival so that we're not selling ourselves short. All right. And so this is coming through specifically to do with money, your sense of abundance, and the money stuff, especially with that fox as well. He's a little money hungry fox as well. So it's kind of like you're thinking, you know what, I kind of just feel it's very straightforward here. I can't keep putting other people in front of myself and my own needs. I need to be a little bit more selfish. I need to be a little bit more, independent, stand on my own 2 feet. I need to think about looking after myself first when it comes to money. Straightforward. It's kind of like that's what you're manifesting. You're manifesting. It's kind of like affirmations. It's kind of like you do feel to be very, this is what I'm doing. This is how things are going to be from now. It feels very, you're controlling this very strongly. You're taking control here. That's it. I need to stand on my own 2 feet. I need to stop thinking I can help everybody. I need to stop thinking about, what I can do for other people before I worry about what I do for myself. I need to stop thinking, outside of that. I need to start thinking about myself first and foremost. Number one is Aquarius, especially when it comes to money. All right, putting yourself first when it comes to money is what you're manifesting here, and you do seem to be very decisive and controlling over yourself with that. So go you. That is actually really, really good energy and really good for you. That's actually probably you're the most perfect manifestation I'm seeing today. I'm not going to lie. That is probably a very, very realistic and very well controlled energy. So it is going to really work in your favor, Aquarius. So go for gold with that one. Your own 2 feet, yeah? Worry about yourself first. So that's what we have for you. More than welcome to check your other placements, cross-watch any other placements you might want to watch. Make sure you leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to Pisces. Pisces, what are Pisces manifesting? Pisces, what are you manifesting? Pisces, what are you manifesting? I'm getting a few messages here, Pisces. There is one sort of main one that's coming through. Just clarify that message for Pisces, please. Just clarify or reword that message for Pisces, please. Yeah. All right. Firstly, we have the masculine energy there, Pisces. I do see you coming out of emotion and trying to be very more, much more logical and rational with the way that you're manifesting, which I feel like is kind of necessary for you, Pisces. Trying to, focus on the material world a little bit more than the emotional stuff. We do have the scythe coming through strong. That's coming through really strong here. All right, because you can even kind of see that this masculine is holding a rod there as well. And then there's that tiger, that strength in the background. So you are really very, very strongly making a very strong, sudden cut in your life. Okay, it's like the fabric of two worlds being ripped apart here. You can kind of see on one side of this scythe we have the light, happy energy, and then coming from the darkness here on the back. So it's kind of like you're cutting out. You're going, that's it. I'm cutting this out. I'm cutting that out. I do feel for a lot of you, it may be a person in particular, you're cutting that person's energy out of your life completely. You're making a break for it. It's a very decisive, sudden break. You're breaking away from this this energy. You are doing it very decisively, maybe very unexpectedly to even yourself here, because it's been holding you back. We have the anchor there as well. So it's been holding you back, tying you, feeling tied down to this this energy. And you're kind of like, that's it. It's time to lift up that anchor and set sail. I'm out of here. I'm moving forward. I'm making a clean break from, I do feel as though for a lot of you it connects to darkness, the past, a person. I'm making a clean break from all of that energy, and I'm moving forward. I'm going to move forward into the light. I'm going to raise that anchor and set sail into new energy for myself. We have the cross. Okay, so we do see you kind of, I do feel as though you have been feeling very burdened by this, whatever this is, but you're kind of, that's it. I'm not going to focus on the burden anymore. I'm going to, focus on the freedom, that spirituality, that destiny has in store for me. I have faith that, this is going to bring me freedom and it's going to, bring me more spiritual achievement within myself. It's also going to bring me money. This is stabilizing money. So for some of you, you may be breaking free from some sort of hold that somebody has had on you with money, something has had on you with money. It does feel like for a lot of you, this is like breaking free, moving on to, your destiny when it comes to money, not allowing masculine energy to control you. You're using that masculine energy to make this cut and change and move forward in a much more positive way for yourself, and kind of get very, very much breaking free, giving freedom. All right. So on the flip side, there's freedom and, destiny, and knowing that you have faith that everything is going to work out for you in the near future, as long as you lift that anchor up and set sail, you're moving forward. Perfect energy for you there, Pisces. I really enjoy that for you. So that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And I will see you all again soon.